Hello and welcome back. I'm Dr. Lori Williams. Today I want to share a little bit of a personal part of my journey back to my authentic self. It's been a while actually since I've shared any kind of my personal journey with you guys, and so I figured it was long overdue. I like to do this just because sometimes when you're on your own healing journey, it's hard for you to see things for yourself when you're looking at yourself. So if you can look at somebody else for a moment and be like, hey, you know what? Yeah, I do that too. Or yeah, I do that too. You can actually start to understand yourself a little bit better by understanding another person's version of what they've gone through. So that's what this video is about today. So essentially, what I'm going to be talking about is the moment that I realized that this confidence that I had was actually a coping mechanism. It was never actually true confidence. And it's very interesting because when I say that this confidence that I had, I never actually knew it was confidence, because on the inside, like, people were telling me like, oh, you always go after the things that you want. You don't quit until you get what you achieve what you want to achieve. And all those things are true. And they're like, oh, I wish I had your confidence. And I wish I had your fearlessness. And I was like, I felt like the least confident person ever, like on the inside, because I was always chasing something and I didn't even know what it was that I was chasing. And it was like, it was always that next flashy thing of like, okay, well, when I have the successful business, then, then I'll have confidence. And when I have the PhD, okay, well, that's going to give me confidence. When the truth of it is that, trying to stay busy or achieve more, talking louder, is all just ways of trying to prove that you're good enough, not only to yourself, but to people around you as well. So what I thought confidence meant was to be stoic and never show weakness, to never really, have to depend on anybody else. I thought all of that, meant confidence, but that wasn't self-assurance. It was self-protection, and which is obviously part of the wound, right? So I learned to portray confidence, to avoid rejection, judgment, or feeling small, mostly by myself, but by others as well. Ultimately, my confidence was built on performance, and that's why on the inside it felt like anything but confidence. So when you become somebody who on the outside looks like they have it all together, the truth of it is on the inside, you're just like deathly afraid of things falling apart. It's like your confidence becomes an armor, polished on the outside, but underneath it's like hiding all of this fear of, what if I stop? What if I stop achieving? Who am I going to be without, X, Y, and Z? Like, it's putting the need for external things as a way to see value in yourself or self-worth. And the truth of it is having a successful business, having a PhD, all of those things, although, I'm very happy with all those things, I'm very proud of myself for those things, it didn't actually make me confident. None of those things made me confident, truly confident. It actually took the one thing that I was fearing the most, which is everything breaking apart, in order for me to gain true confidence. And I realized that true confidence doesn't have to prove anything. I don't even have to prove it to myself. It's just there. So there was a lot of different avenues that I had to go through in order to break down all of the parts of me that was just in this performance era, because it had kept me safe at some point in my life. But the further I went on my healing journey, the more I realized that it was actually just keeping me small and keeping me stuck to an external validation that I was never getting. Because that's not the point. Even though, I had people saying like, oh, I wish I was like you. And it was never enough. It was never enough. I had people saying like, congratulations, you must be so proud of yourself. I'm like, yeah, but not as much as you would think, like it was never enough. So, you just keep chasing and you keep trying to prove to yourself that you're good enough. But the truth of it is the only way to actually truly gain the confidence is to do the work and release all the things that, you've been performing. It's about not trying to look confident, but actually be able to feel it. Just learning to be okay with who you are and truly accepting who you are. And realizing that, like all this need for, I gotta fix myself, I gotta fix myself, I gotta fix myself. Yeah, no, you gotta just release all the things that aren't truly and authentic to who you are. That's all you have to do. And I say that's all you have to do like it's nothing. I'm absolutely not diminishing the excruciating work that it takes to do any kind of true healing journey. It is absolutely worth it, but the truth of it is that healing begins when you stop performing to make it look like you're strong on the outside, but you actually start to embody the trust in yourself and start embracing the authentic version of who you are. Because once you start stripping away all the parts of you that aren't authentic, this inauthentic confidence is going to go with it, and all that's left is for you to get to know who you are on the authentic level, and to be able to build back up as your true and authentic confident self. So like I said earlier, the one part of the journey that I was like deathly afraid of was the everything falling apart. And ironically, that's exactly what I needed. I needed it all to fall apart. I was holding on to the illusion, and I can't even begin to tell you how freeing it is to finally be able to let that go and show up as my authentic self every single day and have true and authentic confidence. It's definitely a very different and new feeling for me to feel confident on the inside and not just portray it on the outside. I hope this video has helped you. If you would like to have me work with you privately, you can set up a free consultation and we can discuss further how I can best meet you where you're at and help you on your journey. I will leave a link for a free consultation in the description of the video below. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you back here next time.